Hello, today we have Tracy helping us today with today's class, and I'm trusty phone roller. If you don't have one with a phone, get one. You're going to stand up nice and tall, nice relaxed to begin with, opening the shoulders, keeping them with width, nothing changing in the lower spine, so don't feel like your hips are falling forward or the shoulders falling back, nicely in line, knees nice and relaxed, not going to move yet, just going to fill up those lungs. Nice deep inhale and exhale out. Shoulders staying loose. Deep inhale, chin slightly in, and exhale. And we'll go again. Deep inhale, and exhale out. Last 3, and exhale, and 2, and exhale. Last one, deep inhale, and exhale out. We take the foam roller, place between our hands. Either side, long ways. Good. Arms going to be nicely down by our thighs. Then we're going to lift our arms up nicely above our head. So we can work a bit into the back. Shoulder blades against the rib cage. Don't go too far back. We don't want the ribs to pop out. So the hands are slightly in front. And lower down in front of those hips. Knees stay still relaxed. So don't feel like you're locking those knees as those arms extend. And lift those arms up. Head doesn't protrude forward. Stays nicely above the shoulders. And lower those hands down. And lifting those arms up and lower down. Nice and smooth. And lift those arms high and lower. Nice work through it. And lift. Shoulders still staying nicely up the neck and lower down and lifting up and lower. Nice and smooth. Last 3 and lower down. 2 to go and up and lower and last one and lifting up. Now keeping that foam roller nicely above our head. Keeping the shoulders loose. We're going to start stretching out our sides a little bit. Hips stay square. Now keeping that width in those arms. Tip over to the left side. Weight on the left hip. So this arm's going to be working a little bit against the shoulders. Now we really get to focus on what the ribs do. Weight slightly on that left foot. 3, 2, 1, and slowly up off the way. Tipping over to the right. Keeping those hips square. So the foam roller also kind of telegraphs if you're twisting your torso too much, if this foam roller feels like it's falling forward, and slowly up. And falling over to the left once again. See Tracy's hips staying nice and square, not cascading or falling forward. 2, 1, and up. And we fall over to the right. Nicely opening up those hips. Weight on that right foot. 3, 2, 1, and up. Falling over to the left side. Weight in that left hand. Over to the side. 3, 2, 1, and up. And over to the right. As much as your body will give you, don't need to throw it in or force it in there. 3, 2, 1, and up. Now we're going to add a bit of a twist. So now that foam roller will fall forward. Tip over to the left first. And then we let that right hand roll forward, but we keep the hips square. So we can get a bit of that back extension, stretching out there, pulling from the base of the top of the hips, the base of those ribs. 2, 1, and untwist. Still staying over to the side, don't come up yet. And then we restack above those hips. Over to the right, hand falls heavy, weight on the right foot, and then we fall forward with that left arm, getting that twist, keeping this left hip back so we really get that pull from that rib cage. 3, 2, 1, and untwist. Still staying over to the right and standing up nice and tall. Last one each way, tipping over to the left. Keep it there. 2, 1, then fall forward, rotating from the midsection. Keeping that rotation. Arms are still nice and long. Can be a slight little bend in the elbows, but don't feel like we're just bending those elbows too much in. 2, 1, untwist and restack up. Over to the right, nice fall over. 2, 1, and rotate. Pulling up that back, keeping that rotation nice and smooth for 4, 3, 2, 1, untwist and restack up. Good. And lower those arms down next to the thighs. Now we want to get a bit of flexion, but mainly in the mid back. So we want to get a bit of curvature there. So keeping those hands on either side, arms are nice and loose. We're going to start rolling down. Let that foam roller roll until you can get close to your knees with the foam roller, and then we stop there, and then we roll up. Good. You can also have that foam roller against the thighs, just to come and give you a guide, so a bit of activation in the arm still. And rolling down, just until we get to that foam roller just above the knees. 2, 1, and slowly up. So we don't want to go all the way, just want to get as that spine starts to crest, and tuck the chin, rolling through, pausing just there, and slowly up. Nice and easy, don't need to rush it. The last 3, tuck the chin, curving forward, weight stays into the toes. 2, 1, and slowly up. Feel that small contraction as we rebuild the spine. 2 to go, and tuck, rolling forward, weight stays in front, to those toes. 2, 1, and up. And last 1, and tuck the chin, curving forward, rolling into the front. 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly up, all the way. Letting go of the one side of the foam roller, moving onto the right side. One hand's going to be on it, so it's going to be slightly over to the right hand on top. Just a little bit of balance, just so we don't feel we're going to fall at all. We're going to shift the weight to the left side, or the right side, so shifting onto where the foam roller is, left leg's going to come up to tabletop. Now while that leg is up, we want to keep these hip bones at the back the same height, so the one, especially on the leg that we're lifting, doesn't pike up, stays level. Lower that left leg down. Don't use too much weight into the right arm. You don't want to feel like you're pushing quite hard into that shoulder. It stays nice and loose. Shifting across, left knee comes up. Working into that hip flexor. Right leg's going to do a bit of work. It's going to work on that glute a bit. And lower down. And shift away onto the right leg. Left knee comes up. Nice straight back. Shoulders staying open. A little bit of contraction in that back. Keeping that leg high. 2, 1, and lower down. And shifting across onto the right leg, left knee comes nicely up. Nice smooth lift. Don't feel like you're rushing or exploding it up to the hip, and lower down. And shifting across onto that right foot, left knee comes up, back stays straight, and lower down. Nice and smooth through that hip. And shifting across, left knee comes up, and lower down. Good, nice and smooth. And shifting to the right, left knee's up. Keep it high and lower down. Nice and smooth. The last 2, and shifting across, left knee comes up and lower. And last 1, and shifts across, left knee comes up. Nice and high. Now keeping that balance, we're going to straighten this left leg out. Doesn't have to go too high, but you want to get that extension. Can be low, but do feel like you are extending completely out back hard. Then bend it back, knee returns to the same height, and straightening out. And back in. Right leg's doing a lot of work keeping us stable and straight, and extend out. And back in. And extend out of that hip. Shoulders nicely open, so feel the expansion in that chest. Straighten that leg away. Good quad activation. Also that hip holding on. And back in. I might feel a bit of pull to the back of that hip as we extend out if it's tight. And in. And straighten that leg away. And back. Last 3, extend, and in, very nice, and 2 to go, and back, and last 1, and extend, keep that leg straight, 3, 2, 1, and bend it in, and lift that leg up to knee height once again. We're still going to stay on this right leg, keeping that leg bent as it is. We're going to move this leg back, so the foot goes behind us, working a bit into this right hip, now on this left hip, and bring that knee back up, hip still stays square, and move that leg back. Nothing changing in your lower spine when you push that leg back. Don't feel like you're opening up too much there. Knee stays nicely in line with that torso, and pressing back. And lift. And leg goes back. Right leg's going to do a bit of work on that right hip, keeping that height, and lift. And pressing back. And forward. Very good. Right leg working hard. Last 3. And up. And we say 2. Up, and last 1, and back, and bring that knee up. Last set before we take this leg down. The right leg we're standing on, let's work a bit on that, stabilizes on those knees, and we bend that right leg slightly. Don't lean forward, and lift, or stand up, and bend that right knee, and stand, and bend, and standing up, and bend, and stand. Nice work through that knee. Bend and straighten and bend and extend. Very nice. Last 3 and straighten. 2 and extend. And last 1. Keep it bent. Now we're going to pulse a little bit in this knee. Pulse, 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 pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Last 1. Pulse, 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 pulse. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Straighten that leg up. Lower the left leg down. Good. A lot of work for that right hip. You're going to feel a lot in that right hip socket. Foam roller moves onto the left side now. Doing the same sequence. Again, one side might be a bit more coordinated than the other, but do it nice and slow. Don't feel like you're falling over side to side. Shift the weight onto that left leg. Bit of support with that arm. Right knee comes up to tabletop. Nice and straight out that back. Hips don't pop up, they stay square. And lower down. Same leg onto the left foot. Right knee comes up. And lower down. And shifting onto that left foot. Right knee comes up. And lower. And shifting across, right knee comes up. Nice work. And lower down. Just across those hips. And lift. And lower down. Good work through the hip. And lifting up. Knee gets nice and high. And lower down. And shifting across. Knee up. And lower. Last 3. And we shift across. Knee gets high as the hip. Back still staying straight. Shoulders open. And lower. 2 on its way, and across, knee up, and lower down, last 1, shifting to the left, right knee comes up, keep that high, back stay straight, 3, 2, 1, now straighten that right leg out, in that quad activation, back stays holding on, and in, and straighten that leg away, and back in, good work, and extend out that hip, and back in, and reaching away, and back. And extend and back in. Don't let that knee be too low. And reaching out and back in. Last 4, press. And back left hip holding on and extend and back. 2 on its way. Pressing out and back in. Last 1, straighten all there. 3, 2, 1. Bend that leg back in. Now keeping that leg back as you're going to work into that right hip. Getting that mobility and move that leg behind you. Don't change anything in the pelvis or the spine, and lift. Knee comes forward, and take that leg back, and in front, and moving it back, and lift. Left leg's going to work a bit hard here, and move it back, back still straight, and up. Leg moves inside that hip, almost like a puppet or a toy's leg, just back and forth, nothing changing anywhere else, and lift. Last 3, and forward, and 2 to go, and up, and last 1, back, and bring that knee up, keeping it the same as the hip. Let's break that little left leg, bending at the knee, good, and straighten up, and bend, back stays nice and straight, imagine you're leaning against the wall, and bend, working that knee, straighten up, bend, and extend, and bend, and straighten, last 4, bend, extend, left leg, we're working hard, 3, and up, and 2, and up, and last 1, bend that leg, I'm going to add a bit of those pulses, pulse, 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 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, and again, pulse, 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 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, straighten that left leg, lower the right leg, down, good. Front roller is going to come in front of us, or in front of us a bit for stability. We're opening up that stance. Toes are pointed out to the side, so there's a V shape in those feet. Now this is for balance. I don't want to push those hips back when I start lifting up my heels, or lean back with my shoulders nicely above the shoulders above the hips. Shift the weight into our toes, and we lift those heels up. So there's a wide stance, and we're lifting into the calves of the work. Heels are up. Hips don't fall forward, we don't push those hips ahead of us, keeping it nicely under the shoulders, and lower down as much as we can. And lifting up, heels activate, or calves activate onto those heels, and lower down. Front rows there just for a bit of stability, so we don't feel like we're falling or losing our balance, and we lift. And lower down. Good work through those calves. Lifting up, and lower. Nice work. And lift, Good calf activation and lower. Nice work through those feet, lifting off and lower down and lift and drop. Nice work through those feet and we lift and lower and lifting up and lower down. Very good. And lift and drop. Let's do 3 more and up and lower. Last 2 and lift and lower. Last 1. Lift those heels up. Now keep those heels or quads going to work the whole time. We're going to add a little bit of a squat here. Get those knees to go out to the side and feel also like you're opening them up. So you can get a bit of hip work as well. And lower those hips, bending those knees. Good. Don't go too low. We don't want to have the knee going too far past the knees outside of limits. And standing up straight, straighten both legs. When we stand up, also feel like there's a bit of an internal or a squeezing action with those legs. Not just a push from the quads, but also a squeeze inside. And bend. And pressing up so we get a bit of inner thigh work as well. And bend. Nice opening up in the hip as well. We get those knees open, don't let them fall forward. And standing up. And bend. And extend up. Good pressure into those feet. And bending in. And extend up. Nice work. And bend. Calves holding on to those heels and extend. Last 4. And straighten up. 3 to go. Bend. And extend. And 2 to go. Bend. And straighten. And last 1. Bend. Keep it there. 3, 2, 1. Now keeping that squat, we're going to alternate between calf coordination. So we keep it there, we lower that left heel, just the left heel, and then we switch. Right heel goes down, left heel comes back up, and switch. Hips don't pop up, they just move side to side, and switch. So a bit for the calves to work with coordination, still keeping that squat, both legs are holding on, switch, and change. Nice work through the feet. Also try and get as high flexion as you can through those toes. Get that heel nice and high. Still keeping that squat, legs going to work a little bit. Back staying straight, not falling forward. And switching over. Keep that going. We've got 6 to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lift both heels. Straighten both legs. And lower those heels down. Good. Bring those feet back to parallel in front of us. Take the foam roller between your hands. Good. And work a bit on the lats now. So place it against your thigh and place your hands on top of that foam. Good. So we don't want it too high, we don't want it near the forearms, more on just the heel of the hand, you can say. Keeping it nice and tall. Now the tendency is for this to close in or roll forward when our arms are in front of us. We want to still keep that opening, so feel that stretch in the front while our shoulder blades are pulling at the back. We're going to push this foam roller into our thighs, almost trying to get our hands through the foam roller, pushing almost towards the back, but it's going to resist us, so we're going to have a static activation for those shoulders. And pressing back, so we can work really into the back of those shoulders. Do have a bit of a bend in the arm, so don't feel like you're locking those elbows at all, and release. And pressing through, really keep those shoulders open, don't feel like we're rolling forward while we're hooking with those arms, everything stays open and release. And pressing hard into those thighs, knees stay soft, so it's just in the torso, the arms working, and release. And pressing through, opening up that chest, back of the shoulders working, and release. And press. And release. Nice work for the back of that spine, and pressing through. And release. Last 2, press. And release. Last 1, and push. Hold there. 3, 2, 1, and release. We don't want those arms too much in front of the hips, so imagine if it wasn't there, your arms would be able to pass free, so there's a bit of width in those arms, not right in front, slightly wider than the hips. We'll do another one. When we do push, push with purpose. Don't just rest your arms, feel like you are drawing your shoulder blades in towards each other as you're pressing them, keeping that shape in that torso, nothing rolls forward. Again, press those hands down through the body, trying to get back behind us, and release. And pressing through. And release. And press. And release. Good work. And pressing through. And release. Last 4. Release. And 3. Release. And 2. Release. And last one. We're going to hold this one for a little while. Keep it going. 10. Keep pushing in. Keep that pressure on. 9. Shoulders staying open. Working to the back. 8. Knees stay loose. 7, still pushing in, arms must get a bit of work here, consistent work. 6, keeping the pressure into those hands. 5, we keep it there, holding open. 4, soften the knees. And 3, keep pushing in. 2, and last one, and release. Good. Grabbing on either side of the foam roller now. Good. And lift that foam roller up just below your shoulders. So kind of just where the ribs would start, so there's not too much into the top of the neck. Nice relaxed knees. Arms can be slightly bent, but I don't want to see massive bends. I don't want to see the foam roller getting too close to the chest. It's just so we can work a bit more into the pec and work a bit into our chest now. When we push in, don't feel like your shoulder blades are getting up to the upper traps here. You want to keep that nice and down. So more like your pinkies are the heavy part, not your thumbs being the heavy part that's squeezing out. And squeeze those hands into each other. And again, it's a static contraction because nothing gets to move. But we should be activating nicely into these pecs as they bring in these arms and these hands trying to get together and release. And pressing into each other. And release. Now from a distance this might look like we're doing nothing, but I want to imagine you're actually pushing in. Don't let me down and pressing in. And release. So a static contraction in that torso and those arms. And release. And pressing in. And release. Good work. And press. And release. Good. And pushing in. Release. Last 2. Press. Release. And last 1. Push. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Release. Lower those arms down. As we get through the series, you might get also a bit of deltoid activation and work here as well. Let's do another set. Arms come up, slightly soften the elbows, turn it slightly in, length out that neck, and let's squeeze those hands together, pressing in, and release, and pressing in. Good work from those arms, and release, and press, and release, and pressing in, and release. Nice work, and press, and release. Last 3, and release. 2, and release, and last 1, pressing in, keep that pressure on. 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Then we'll do another variation at that height. We're going to add a bit of sort of pulses now, you would say. There'll be a squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Going to get a bit of a rhythm going. Don't feel like we're just bouncing in and out of it. You want to feel like there's a sort of a squashing, like a spongy effect as that foam absorbs it. Sort of an exhale, inhale, kind of vibe with that foam roller. Lifting up those arms, slide in the elbows, not too high for me, and let's go. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. So this is a bit of a quicker activation and release of the muscles. So the pecs do but quick release, quick, 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 and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good, squeeze. It's almost like we're playing the accordion. You would imagine nice long activation. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold, and release, lower down. 1 more of those to go. Deep inhale and lift. Let's go again, and squeeze, 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 squeezing in. Good work. Biceps contract, chest contract, in, nice, quick, and release, quick, and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good, nice work into those arms and that chest. Knees stay soft. Don't push those hips forward. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Lower those arms down. Arm bar getting tired as well. We now mix it up a bit. Instead of quick, we're going to do 1 long endurance one. So we're going to do 2 of those. We're going to start from 10. As I count backwards from 10, I want to feel like the pressure getting more and more and more and more and more and more. And you're pushing harder, harder as we get to 0. And when we get to 0, feel like we're pushing as much as we can. Deep inhale, lift those arms up. And now we exhale, keep squeezing. 10, keep that pressure into it. 9, a lot of work for those biceps and that pec muscle. They're going to hold on. 7, keep squeezing a little harder each second. 6, keep going. 5, lots of work in those arms. 4, keep squeezing. 3, heavy in those arms. All you got. 2, and 1, release, and lower down. We've got 1 more to go. Again, nothing's moving. It's static contractions. A lot of resistance from the foam roller. Deep inhale and lift, and let's squeeze in. Keep going. 10, 9, as hard as we can as we go through it. 7, nice pressure. 6, 5, keep going. Good hands. 4, hard work, 3, keep squeezing chest working, 2, 1, and release, and lower those arms down. Good, so we do a little bit of pec work. Now we're going to work coordination of the pecs and a bit of the traps. We do the same thing with this. Everything's going to be above us now. Arms are extended, lift shoulder height, and then lift nicely above the head. Don't want to go too far back, and then my ribs are going to start poking out, my hips will fall forward. I want to keep that slightly in front, so the hands are slightly ahead of me. Do the same squeeze now, and squeeze together, and release, and squeeze, release. Now again, the pecs are open, and we're asking them to squeeze a bit more biceps, softening those elbows a little bit, but don't let the foam roller land on the head. We don't want them to rest there, and squeeze, release, and squeeze, release. Last 3, release, 2, and open. Last 1, release, and lower all the way down in front of the hips. Down towards, we're going to work a bit harder now as the arms are above the head. Last set of that, arms above us, back doesn't change, and squeeze together. Release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Good, squeeze, release. Nice work. And those arms and that pec area, and squeeze, and squeeze. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. All the way down. We're going to get that small tempo one now going. Again, don't feel like it lowers height as we get that speed or as we get that rhythm. Want to keep it nice there. That height shape is important. Integrity in the body's position. And lift those arms nicely up. Shoulders staying loose. And let's go squeeze. 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 Good squeezing. Squeeze. 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 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, and lower down. Good. We've got one more to go. Deep inhale and lifting up. Arms nicely above the head and squeeze, 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 squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, and lower down. Gonna go for the endurance one now. So again, nicely above us, push quite hard. 10, and as we get closer to 1, feel like we're pushing. As you can, don't let those shoulders slide up too much. You want to keep them nice and low next to those shoulder blades. Deep inhale and lift above the head. And let's go squeeze, squeezing in. 10. Nice pressure into it. 9. And 8. 7. Keep squeezing. 6. 5. Hard in those hands. 4. 3. 2. 1. And release the pressure. Lower it down. Last one, deep inhale, and lift those arms up, nicely above the head, keeping that height, and let's go squeeze in. 10, 9, nice pressure in those arms on the pecs, 7, maybe 6, 5, quite a bit of pressure on those arms, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release, and lower down, relaxing those arms. Very good. We're going to lie now on the mat on our side. We'll start on either side, doesn't matter, but let's go for the left. We're going to lie on our side. Bottom arm is going to be extended like a pillow. Top leg is going to be bent in front of us, so the knee's going to be in front of us. This foam roller is also going to be in front of us, almost like it's just a little support for this, so we can keep the hips from rolling forward, straightening the bottom leg. Good. Bottom leg is going to be slightly in front of the hip. Now this position of this leg is just to help us keep our pelvis stable. If the foam roller wasn't there, this knee would be touching the ground, and then this hip would kind of roll forward. We want to keep it nicely stacked. So figure out the position. You don't want to be too far forward. Then you can see if there's a spotlight there, it's shining out too much on the back of my hip. And if I roll too far back, it's now shining on the front of the hip. I want to shine nicely on the top. Ankle is also supported by the foam roller. So knee and ankle nicely supported. Don't have it too far down. You don't want to have it too straight. You want to have that leg a little bit bent, so we can have a bit of stability in that hip. We're going to be working into this bottom leg. Bottom leg is active, meaning there's a bit of tension in it, there's a bit of energy. It's not just the leg that's lying there. We're going to keep this leg straight. It is slightly in front. Nothing changes in these lower ribs. Now, we can't see exactly what's happening, but Tracy's spine isn't going to curve down. It's going to be in a nice up position. So feel like you're drawing your bottom hip towards your bottom shoulder, so you can get that nice alignment in that spine. Lifting up this bottom leg off the ground. Now, Tracy's done very well there. Nothing has changed in the pelvis. So when this leg lifted up, it's not like it cascaded down and it made this dip. everything staying nicely stable at the hips. They're kind of the security gate that prevents anything from changing at the top. And lower down. Inside of the thigh is going to work a little bit in this lift, and lifting up and lower down. Nice internal inner thigh activation, lifting up and lower and lifting off and lower down. Nice smooth action. Don't feel like we're exploding that leg up. Lift and lower down. Lift and lower. Nice work through it. Lifting up and lower down and lift and drop. Last 3 and lift and lower. 2 to go. Lifting up and lower down. Last 1 and lift. Keep that leg nicely up. 3, 2, 1 and lower down. Good. You can do another same thing. Hips are still square. If you felt like you moved, just adjust and do the same set and lifting up. Nice inner thigh work and lower down and lift and lower. Good work. Nice smooth action as you lift. Pelvis doesn't change and lower down. Shoulders still staying loose out the neck. Lifting up and lower down. Nice and smooth. Lift and drop and lifting up and lower down. Nice and easy. Lifting off and drop. 3 to go. Lift and lower. 2 left. Lifting up and lower down. Last 1 and lift. Keep that leg high. 3, 2, 1. Lower down. You're going to add a bit of motion now, a bit more endurance part of it. We lift this bottom leg up. Now keeping the knee where it is, only the foot goes behind us. So we bend that bottom leg, foot goes behind us. Working to the hamstring, but now also a bit more into the inner thigh and that glute. And straighten that leg out. Knee doesn't drop, stays up. And bend that leg, foot goes behind us. And straighten. Very good. And we're bending in. Working that hamstring, nice isolation. Straightening out. And bending back. And straighten. Very good. And bending in. And extend out. Last 3. Bend. And extend. 2 to go. Bend. And straighten. Last 1. Nice bend of that hamstring. Straighten that bottom leg. And lower down. Good. We'll do 1 more set of those. Deep inhale and lifting up. Bend that bottom leg. Straighten it out. Keep that knee off. And bend. And straighten. Still relaxing the shoulders. Hips don't get to change. And bend. And straighten out. And bend. And extend. Last 3. Bend. And straighten. 2 left. Bend. And straighten. And lower down. Very good. We're going to mix it up now. Just add a bit of pulsing to it. Deep inhale, lifting up that bottom leg. Let's bend it as we did before. Keep that bend. Now the knee and the foot gets to pulse up to the ceiling. Pulse. Pulse. Doesn't have to be large range. Just a small little activation. Pulse. 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 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Straighten that leg. Lower down. Very good. Last set. Deep inhale. Lifting up. Bend that bottom leg. And let's pulse again. Pulse. 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 Now smooth activation in the inner thigh. Pulse. Pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Straighten that leg. And lower down. Very nice. Let's roll over now onto our other side. Keep the foam roller still in front of us so we can rest that leg. Setup is important. So hips are nicely stacked. Knees on top of the foam roller. Good. Nice comfortable position in that knee. Hips are square. This arm that's supporting us, the top, well, the arm that's on top, that's fine. Don't let anything go into the shoulder, so don't feel like you're pushing with that arm into the neck too much. Keep that relaxed, the hands in the forearm. You can do a bit more work than the upper shoulder. Leg is straight, bottom leg, but slightly in front, so not in a perfect alignment. Watching that we don't roll forward, so the hip stays nicely stacked on top of each other. Deep inhale, keep that leg alive. Bottom leg lifts just off the ground, inside that thigh, working as we lift and lower down. Nothing in the shoulder, spine is relatively straight, don't let it dip in the middle. And again, lift and lower. Lifting up and lower down. Nice work through the inner thigh and lifting up and lower. Inside the leg working, lifting up and lower and lift and drop. Nice work through the hip, lifting up and lower down, and we lift off and 2 to go, lift, and lower down, last one, lift, keep the height, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Nice work in the hips, nothing changing in the shoulders. Let's do another set, nice straight leg, lifting up, inside that thigh, and lower down, and lift, and lower, and lifting up, and lower down, nice work, lift, and drop, and lifting up, and lower, last 3, drop, and 2, and lower down, and last 1, keep it up, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Very good, we're going to hold a bit more endurance now, get a bit of hamstring coordination between that and the inner thigh. Deep inhale, lift that bottom leg up, the knee stays where it is, only the foot goes behind us, bending that leg, working just into that hamstring and that glute and the inner thigh a bit more. Straighten that leg, don't drop it, keep it up, and bend that leg. And straighten, nice work, and bend, and straighten that leg out. Good work, and bending it back, and straighten, nice work, and bend, and extend, nice work through the hip, and bending in, and straighten, and bend, and straighten, very nice, last 3, and extend, good work with the quads as well, last 2, knee doesn't change position, and straighten, last 1, bend, and straighten, and lower down, very good. Let's do another set of those, deep inhale, lifting off, and let's bend that leg, and straightening out, and bend, and extend, good work through the hip, and bending in, and straighten, and bend, and extend, good work through the quad, and bending in, and straighten, nice work through the leg, and bending in, and extend, last 2, bend, and straighten, and last 1, bend, keep that knee up, straighten, and lower down. Good, nice work through the hip, and we do the same thing but a bit of pulsing. Lift that bottom leg up, bending at the knee and foot the same height, and let's pulse up, pulse, 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 pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, straighten that leg, lower it down. Last set, deep inhale, lifting up, bend that bottom leg, and pulse, pulse. Knee and foot at the same time. Don't have to try and seesaw it. Pulse, pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, straighten that bottom leg, and lower it down. Good. You can sit up now, get your foam roller. It's going to go horizontal to our body. So let's say on our right hip for now. Bring it next to your right hip. We're going to sit on top of it. Good. We're going to have this right arm supporting us. So this is almost like a chair now. We're going to straighten that bottom leg. So the right leg is going to be straight. Top leg or foot is in front of us. The top leg is going to be kind of like a bit of a paddle. It's going to help us get a bit of support but also a bit of weight. Now we want to try and roll along our ITB a little bit. Staying out the shoulder. If you want to get lower, you can go to your elbow as well if you prefer that position. This top arm can also be in front. You're going to just try and find the sore spot or the tight spot in the side of the leg. Now we're going to start from the base of the hip bone, or the top of the hip bone. We'll go down just before we get to the knee. You don't want to ever end up on the joint, the knee joint itself. There's a lot of weight on either side. Can strain a little bit, we don't want that. So we slowly start rolling away from it until we get a nice tight spot. Also leaning a little bit back or leaning a little bit forward. You might find that there's different areas where it kind of gets a bit kind of tight. And then you roll back towards the leg. Now if you don't find it at first, no problem. We're going to roll up and down, getting a bit of weight to cascade forward, a little bit of weight to go back, kind of trying to find that tight area. When you get a tight area, sit there for a bit, and then slowly roll back and forth over it, and you can make those strokes a little bit longer if you like, or smaller, but do try and get eventually long strokes, almost like you're rolling out dough. So it starts small, and then it turns into 2 big rolls over it. Nice pressure through it. Heavy leg, so the leg that's hanging on that will have our body weight on. Don't feel like you're activating it too much. Don't feel like you're trying to bulge your muscles to kind of protect yourself. Really feel like you're just relaxing and resting into that leg. Keeping it nice and heavy. Keeping that nice pressure. Nice and heavy through it. Good work, nice roll. Nice and heavy. over that high speed, keeping the body weight doing the work for us. Find that tight spot, rolling back and forth. Keep that pressure on, right leg's nice and straight, nice and heavy. Keep that roll, again, go quite low to just before the kneecaps or just before that knee joint, and then roll up, leaning a bit forward or back, depending where you might find the tight bits. Keep that roll nice and heavy. Keep that going for 4. Nice and heavy for it. Bottom leg or top leg helping us just get a bit of control out of that movement. For 2 more. And rolling back. And last one. And back. Good. You can now relax those arms. Both hips are going to now sit onto it. So Tracy's going to face this way towards her feet. Both hip bones are on, almost like at the chair. Now we were rolling the right leg, so we're going to carry on the right leg. Left leg's going to go over the right knee. Good. Hands going to be behind us. Good. Now we're going to start rolling onto our glutes, but we tip, with it being on the right side, I want you to tip a bit more weight onto your left hip. So we start with the right leg, so left leg's now over the right leg, we're on our left hip, and we roll forward and back. We're going to try and find, it's quite high on the hip, and try and find that high spot in that hip socket, rolling quite deep. So you're trying to create between the 2 crests of the one hip bone, you're trying to get that flat platform of the femur, really getting into the side of that glute. So it's not square on, there is a turn. So with the foot that's on top of the knee, we do that hip. Nice, so we'll roll back and forth into it, get the body weight to be heavy into it. Try and find a tight spot in that hip, in that glute, rolling back and forth. Let the body weight really relax into it, arms are holding on. Might be quite tight, might be quite sore. You want to live there a little bit. It looks easier than it is sometimes. Tracy's doing a good job of keeping a grimace to herself, because I don't like it. Negative. Rolling back and forth. If you are doing this at home, make sure you are alone in case you need to scream, so no one judges you. You don't need that kind of negativity. And rolling back and forth. As much as you can maintain, or you can muster. So don't feel like if it's too much, just sit there for a bit, then get back into it, get a nice long stroke. If you find a tight spot, you can sit in it as well, as the muscle's quite resisting this kind of pressure into it. Nice heavy into that hip. Keep that roll going. Do 3 more. And 2. And last 1. And then sit squarely on the forward again, unhooking that left leg. Good. Now let's swap over. We're going to be on the left ITB now. So Trace will be on the left side. So sitting on it first, straighten that bottom leg, which will be the left leg this time. Right foot comes in front, bit of support. Hands are on, elbows are on, whichever you can just feel comfortable. Don't feel like there's too much pressure in the shoulder. Now kind of a gliding sensation as we roll our body weight over this ITB. You might get more into the quad as well again, that's fine. You're going to just get the body weight to do the stretch for us as it's poking into the side of that leg. There's this nice tendon that runs up there. It's holding on. Nice pressure into it. Walking those feet along. Don't have to be too high, you can also go lower. If you want to get your elbow, your hand. Just want to get that body weight onto that leg. Don't let the bottom leg feel like it's resisting too much or activating too much, because then the muscles kind of protect that area, wanting to release. Rolling forward, back with those hips as well, so you can feel if there's more at the back, or if your hips fall forward, a bit more there. Heavy in that leg. Nice work through it. Good pressure into the knee or into the leg just before the knee, so don't ever go onto the joint. Also, don't roll over your hip bone, then you're going into your sides. Not a lot that can support you there, or you're a bit too sore. And rolling back and forth. Just a nice smooth glide. If you find a tight area, as I said before, just kind of work it in and out. Now go over the saw and back under it. Don't just sit there too long. And get that relief through it. Don't feel like our body's tensing too much. Nice and heavy through it. Keeping that. Roll through it. Just another 5 there. Nice and heavy through the hip. Keep that rhythm going. Nice, easy. 4. Body weight's doing the work for us. For 3. And going back and forth. 2. Nice and heavy. And 1. And relax. Now we can sit as we are. both hips again on the foam roller. We've done now the left leg. Let's go on to the right side. So the right foot comes up, bends in front of us over the left knee. Good. Hands go behind us on the floor. We rock now with our right foot being on top. We rock onto our right hip. So we're opening up the right hip and we roll a little bit back and a little bit forward. Good. Getting into that support. If you can't find a tight area, kind of experiment with it. Roll a bit less, roll a little bit more. Side to side first. And then once you find it, roll back and forth, up and down. Really sort of feel like you're rolling, pulling that muscle out of it, especially if it's tight. It's not going to necessarily like what we're doing to it. Nice pressure through. Maybe through that hip. Nice and easy. Working out the shoulders, so don't feel like you're hanging into your neck either. Feel like you are pushing away a bit. There's not too much work for this upper traps. Really getting the body weight to rest on that hip. Nice back and forth. Nice and easy. Don't feel like I'm rushing it at all. Just nice heavy weight into it. Keeping the pressure on. Very nice. While, not too long, but just enough that we can start getting a bit of that relief going. A nice 5. Keep that going for 4. Keep that roll. And 3. Good work. 2. Nice and heavy in the hip. And last one. Rolling back. And release that leg. Good. We can remove the foam roller now. We're going to get onto our hands and knees. Now we did a little bit of massage into the glute now. We're just going to get a nice stretch. We're going to bring the left knee in front of us. And the foot's going to be on the floor. So there's kind of creating an L shape in front of you with that leg and that knee. We're going to try and press forward that our knee at least touches the ground. The angle behind the knee doesn't have to be 90. It can be very squashed as long as the knee is touching the ground. The knee is also not in line with my hip, it's kind of out to the side. So as that's bent there, it's not in front of me, it's kind of to the side. We just extend this right leg out behind us, still supporting ourselves with our arms as much as this left glute will take and as much as it will give us. Keeping that pressure on with those hips, trying to press down to the floor. Arms are kind of stabilizing us and just providing a bit of relief. Once you're in this position, if it's not too bad or if it's not too severe, do walk those arms slightly away from your hips, just so that your hips are actually end up, we're lowering the hip of the height of the hip. Same with the right leg, it can extend further back. Don't have to force anything down. If you need more arm support, that's fine. Just don't feel anything going into that knee joint. You want to feel the pulling over the back of this left hip in this regard. Arms are nicely working a bit. Try and get as low as you can maintain, in the sense of it's not a pop up and a pop down because it's too much. We're breathing through it, nice relaxing pose. Just want to be heavy into this, letting the body weight do the work for us, hanging into those hips. Keeping that nice and heavy. We'll do one each way or each leg. So this one we'll keep for a little bit. Really let the body relax into it. Keeping the weight forward, hanging into it. Just hold it there for a nice steady 5, 4, breathing through it, 3, 2, 1, and pressing yourself up, walking those hands back nice and slow, and then take that left leg out first, and extend down. Just swap legs, so right leg comes in front of us, knee goes out to the side, foot is on the ground, start sliding that left leg out behind you, and those hands start walking a bit away, but at first, just sit in the pose, see what the body does, see how it reacts. Are those hips getting down? Are we feeling that pull? If it's really tight, you might feel even the hamstrings pulling a little bit, that's not a problem. Nicely out of the neck and shoulders, don't feel like I'm diving into my spine. Keeping the length in the arms, just sit here for 3, 2, 1. Let's start walking those hands away. Keeping the length out that left leg. Nice and heavy in those hips. Keeping the weight over the hips. Shoulders staying loose. Nice and relaxed. Heavy through it. Shoulders staying loose. Heavy in the hips. Leg is nice and straight. Keep that leg back. Sit here for a while, not too bad. Just kind of relaxing into it. For 5. Nice relaxing. 4, 3, 2, 1. And walk those hands back. Press that leg, your right leg out behind you. Get back to all fours. Now we stay on our knees, hands and knees. Left hand goes off the mat, so a bit to the side on the left. Feel like it's reaching a bit away, like a bit of a stretch. Right hand goes on top of it. Kind of stapling that hand so it doesn't get to slide back, especially when you start pushing those hips back towards those ankles. Maybe stretching a bit of feet as well. Keep that width back, opening up that spine. Arms are nice and long. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift the weight forward. Left hand goes a little bit more left. You're making that angle a bit sharper. Right hand on top and pressing back. Length out the ribs. Weights in the hips. Extending out those arms. Keep that reach. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift the weight forward. Opposite side of the mat. Right hand goes over. Left hand on top. And press those hips back. Opening up the side. Shoulder blade as well. Weight stays between the hand and the hips. Don't feel like I'm just sitting down. Feel like I'm reaching that arm out. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And shift the weight forward. Right hand goes a bit more right. Left hand on top. And you press those hips back. Nice width out of that spine. Keeping that length. For a nice 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift the weight forward. Bring the hands in front of the hips. And before we get back, let's open up those knees a little bit. Keep those feet together. We open up those hips a bit. And then you press your hips back. Opening up those hips a little bit. Feel like you're dropping in between those knees. Nice and heavy. Keep that pressure into those arms. Don't feel like we're just sitting back too much. 3, 2, 1. And shift the weight forward. Hands go a little bit ahead. And press those hips back. Opening up that spine. Keeping the weight back into those feet. One nice 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And shift the weight forward. Keep those hands a little bit ahead. And press those hips back. Keeping the weight back. Weights nicely in the feet. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift the weight forward. Going a little bit back with those hands into our rest position. And we are finished. You can stay there as long as you like. And we'll see you next time.